Welcome to Inspiration from the East. Let's explore the wisdom of the sages together. Everybody is looking for certainty. Our world today spins very fast. It tells us we must know. We must have all the answers. Right now. Without delay. This strong urge for certainty, it can feel like a heavy cloak. One we believe will keep us safe, but it often just weighs us down. We are taught to fear the unknown, to see it as a place of danger. We are surrounded by information. So much information all the time. Our phones, our screens, they buzz. They promise us knowledge. They offer the illusion of control. If we just search enough, read enough, then we think we will be sure. We will finally understand everything. This pressure to always be certain. It is a heavy burden to carry. But life itself is not like that. Life is not a neat, tidy package. It does not always give clear answers. It unfolds in its own mysterious way. Full of twists and turns. Full of surprises, both joyful and sad. If you're enjoying this journey, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Trying to know everything, all the time. This puts a great weight on our minds. It is like carrying a heavy backpack, filled with rocks of worry and what-ifs. We feel anxious, we feel stressed, always chasing the next piece of information, hoping it will finally make us feel secure. But it is never quite enough, is it? The more we know, the more we realize how much we truly do not know. This need to understand and control, it can slowly close us off from life. We become less open to new experiences, less able to feel simple joy. There is no room left for wonder, no space for delightful spontaneity. Life stops being a dance, a discovery. Instead, it becomes a difficult problem, a puzzle we must constantly try to solve, and we feel we are always failing. This mental strain, it shows in our bodies. We hold tension in our shoulders, our jaws. Our breathing becomes shallow and quick. We might find it hard to sleep. Our minds race, replaying events, worrying about what is to come. The mind never truly gets to rest. It is always on alert, always vigilant. Sages and wise ones through the ages, they look at mystery in a different way. They do not see it as a threat or as something to be conquered. For them, the unknown is sacred. It is a space of profound openness, a fertile ground where wisdom can grow. They understand that not knowing is a doorway to deeper understanding, a path to a more peaceful heart. In this embrace of uncertainty, they find a remarkable kind of peace. A peace that does not depend on answers. It comes from being open, receptive, like an empty cup ready to be filled. They do not feel the need to label or to define every single experience. They allow life to be as it is, unfolding in its own time, its own way. This is where true freedom lies. Many spiritual traditions speak of this. In Buddhism we hear of emptiness, shunyata, not a void but a fullness of potential. In Taoism there is Wu Wei, the art of effortless action, of flowing, like a river moving around obstacles, not forcing, not struggling, but yielding. These paths teach us to trust. Take a moment to reflect on what you've learned so far. How can you apply this wisdom in your daily life? Think about the sage's gentle embrace of not knowing, and the acceptance of impermanence. These ideas might seem abstract, but they hold practical power. Consider the next time you face uncertainty. Instead of rushing for answers, try to sit with the mystery. See it as an opportunity for growth. When change comes your way, instead of resisting, try to flow with it, like a river around obstacles. What small steps can you take today to welcome more openness and acceptance? Remember, wisdom is not just in knowing, but in living these truths, moment by moment. A fundamental truth of our existence is that everything is always changing. Nothing stays the same forever. Not our bodies, not our thoughts, not our feelings, not the world around us. Sages understand this deeply. They accept impermanence as natural. We, on the other hand, often resist. We cling to what is familiar, and we fear what is to come. This resistance to constant change, this clinging to what must pass away, it is a primary source of our suffering. We want things to be fixed, predictable. We become attached to certain outcomes, to people, to possessions, to ideas. When they change or when they leave us, we feel pain, loss, and disorientation. It is like trying to stop the wind, an impossible and frustrating task. Accepting impermanence brings humility. It reminds us of our place in the universe. We are small, fleeting parts of a vast, interconnected, unfolding process. A process that is much larger than ourselves. This humility is not about feeling small, in a negative or diminishing way. It is about recognizing the grand mystery. Section 5. Trusting the unseen river, inner peace over answers. Beyond our need for concrete answers, there's a possibility of deep trust. Trust in a larger order, a guiding wisdom, something that flows through all of life, like an unseen underground river. It is a wisdom that is beyond our everyday intellectual comprehension. Sages speak of this trust often. It is a foundation for their peace, a knowing that all is unfolding as it should. This trust allows us to shift our focus from desperately seeking external explanations for every little thing that happens to cultivating a state of inner peace, a calm and steady heart within. If our inner state is grounded, if we feel a sense of okayness inside, then the storms outside are less frightening. We can navigate challenges with more grace. Our well-being is not so easily shaken. This inner peace comes from the heart, not just from the thinking mind. Our intuition, our gut feelings, these are also valid ways of knowing. Sometimes the heart understands what the mind cannot yet grasp. Learning to listen to this inner voice, this quiet wisdom that resides within us, is a vital part of embracing mystery. Section 6. The unknown, our greatest teacher. We often view the unknown as empty, as a void, a frightening darkness. But what if it is not empty at all? What if it is actually full of potential? A vast, open space for new things, for growth, for unexpected discoveries. The unknown is where creativity is born. It is where new solutions can emerge, if only we allow ourselves to enter that space without immediate answers. When we admit that we do not know, something remarkable happens to us. We become truly open to learning. Our natural curiosity awakens once more, like a child exploring the world with fresh eyes and an open heart. Humility begins to blossom within us. We realize we do not have to have all the answers all the time. And this realization is a great relief. Life often presents us with challenges, moments of confusion, pain, or loss. We can see these as terrible problems or as punishments we do not deserve. Section 7. Welcoming mystery into our everyday moments. How can we begin to welcome mystery into our busy, often demanding lives? We can start in very small ways. We do not need to make big changes. Simply begin to notice those moments when you feel uncertain or when you don't know. Instead of immediately reaching for a solution or distracting yourself from the feeling, just pause for a moment. Take a breath. Allow the not knowing to be there. Mindfulness practice is a wonderful support. It teaches us to be with what is, whatever arises in our experience. Our thoughts, whether pleasant or painful. Our emotions, whether calm or turbulent. Our physical sensations, moment by moment. We learn to observe them all with a kind and non-judgmental attention, not trying to change anything, just allowing things to be as they are. Spending time in nature can also help. Nature is full of mystery and wonder. Observe its unceasing cycles of growth, of decay, and then of renewal. Notice its wildness, its unpredictability, the way it accepts storms and sunshine with equal grace and resilience. Nature does not demand certainty. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, share, and leave a comment with your thoughts and questions. Section 8. Finding freedom in life's unfolding questions. When we learn to embrace life's mysteries, when we soften our need for certainty, many beautiful benefits begin to unfold. We find a deeper sense of peace, a resilience we did not know we had, a renewed capacity for wonder and for joy. Fear begins to lose its tight grip on us. We become more adaptable, more flexible, more able to navigate life's changes with a sense of trust and open-heartedness. To embrace mystery is an act of courage. It takes courage to step into the unknown, to let go of our familiar securities, even if they are causing us pain. But it is also an act of profound self-kindness. We stop putting so much pressure on ourselves to have all the answers, to be perfect. We allow ourselves to be human, to be learners on this great journey. This is a very compassionate way to live. Life is not a problem to be solved. It is not a destination where we arrive at a state of knowing everything completely. Rather, life is an ongoing journey, a continuous process of discovery, full of unfolding questions and new horizons. The beauty lies in the journey itself, in the learning, in the growing, in the moments of connection and insight that arise along the unpredictable path.